Looks like Sara and Nick had absolutely nothing better to do with their time than to sit around and talk about SEO. So naturally they thought, hey, why not drag everyone else into it too? And thus, this glorious creation was born, a podcast. Now, does it have a name? Of course not. You can call it the Sara and Nick Podcast, or perhaps the No Name Podcast. Either way, it's pure genius or pure chaos. Probably both. But don't be fooled. These two aren't just sitting around roasting title tags and drinking tea or spilling it. They're actually very busy people who just happen to really, really love SEO. And since the SEO world is basically always on fire, right, they decided it's the perfect time to start talking about it. So grab your popcorn and your keyword cannons, folks, because Sara and Nick's No Name Podcast is about to begin.
Oh, hello. First and foremost, it's my huge pleasure that we host today, one and only Fery. Fery, welcome to another episode of Nick and Sara's podcast. We still didn't find better name for it, but we hope that we're gonna get some suggestions. Today we have an opportunity to get the insights from one of the best in the game and my very close, I want to say online friend regarding digital PR. New tools and everything that's happening currently in the SEO industry. So Fery, I guess a lot of listeners already know for your name, so you don't need to have a super long introduction. But please, take the mic here, and you can let us know a few things about you and what's your primary focus right now, as I know that you're working on a lot of stuff currently.
Nick, Sara, thank you very much for inviting me. It's an honor to be here. I always enjoy talking to amazing people, and I think you are amazing. So thanks for having me here. So just about me, I run Search Intelligence Limited. We are, I would say, a PR agency, but we also, do lots of other things. I think we are a software first company, so all of our services have to be driven by software. As you can tell, I'm a software passionate. I could just code for free for 24 hours. So every problem that we have, we're trying to solve it first with software. And then, try to scale and expand from there. So we are building lots of software, but the main service is like digital PR, which we have started really aggressively offering at the end of 2020. And ever since then, I think we have become quite, hopefully a significant player in the industry.
Absolutely, I know, and we collaborated before, and till this day, it was the best experience that I had with any PR agency, that's for sure. So, and also I know a little bit about your background, as we had common, let's say.
Come on, everyone knows Fery. Yeah, he's everywhere.
Yeah, for sure, but I think regarding the background that I wanted to say, Fery was in cooperation with Just Digital, that I was actually also in one point of my life, and I know that Fery actually working there as developer, if I'm not mistaken, or something similar to that.
Wait. Yeah. That was a while ago. Wow.
Yeah. So that's something.
We had this discussion. Yes.
Yeah. So that's something that I know. And I'm glad because I followed that to your story, and you are a big inspiration to me, especially regarding connection of dots for SEO. And one of that is query development. Sara is huge passionate with Python. So let's start from that, how you switch up from development to the SEO, and you can let us know regarding the digital PR experience, just to give a little more details to the listeners.
So I think I told this story many times. I'm not going to say the whole story, but everything starts from my childhood when I think I was so bored as a child that I started learning electronics, and I started doing lots of electronics gadgets with transistors and all components. And I built power amplifiers back in towards the end of the 90s. Sound music amplifiers were a big thing, so I was building them. And I had a passion for technology. And then I discovered Blogspot in 2007. And I started posting on Blogspot. they were ranking. Back in the day, you could rank articles with Blogspot, and you had thousands of visitors. It was crazy. So, and then I started tweaking the XML code for the Blogspot, because it was XML-based websites. And ever since then, I just, spiraled into more and more knowledge about coding, about SEO, how to rank. And then I founded Search Intelligence in 2014. But then I've seen, I was always very excited to solve problems with code, with software, because I knew, it's a superpower to have software assist you and help, giving you leverage on your problems. And then I think I just remember you asked about how we got into digital PR. So link building, I knew link building. So sorry, Sarah.
No, go ahead. You're the guest.
and then I started building links after 2014. I've seen PBNs. I've discovered major PBNs. I've seen how great they were working, and I said, this is crazy, link building. Let's learn, more link building. So I started paying bloggers to post about some of the websites that I had, like a discount finder websites and so on. I was playing with. And then in 2020, I've seen these agencies coming up, like 2019, 20, like, Rise 7 and all the other, great agencies in the space. And I said, like, this is great. This is great. Like, these are the links that we want to build. These are the links that we want to be proud of. And then let's take the software. How can we be more efficient with software? How can we manage a larger team, larger operations with software? Because with digital PR, one of the biggest kind of blocks and one of the biggest problems is scaling. Like, it's very hard to scale the service to like a really, like to have dozens of people working on hundreds of campaigns at the same time. And I said, with software, we can actually address many of those issues if we know the exact problems and then we know how to solve them with software. Then we can have lots of solutions. So that's why we started building in 2020 towards the end of the year. And then we built a kind of almost like an enterprise level software for us to run the department. And many people in the industry were like, how can you run so many campaigns? How can you do this? And people didn't realize that we actually have a very unique software that schedules emails, that helps us with targeting better journalists at scale. So we had a major advantage in the industry, I think, since 2020. By just investing a lot of money into like hundreds of thousands every year into software.
Amazing. I love everything you said. And I think we're going to try to divide the conversation between coding and software and digital PR, because obviously you have a wealth of knowledge in both areas. I want to ask you, what are you like when you're hiring someone, how important it is that they know vibe coding or basics of building their own code, and do you think this is an important skill for SEOs in 2026?
We have not looked at the vibe coding skills, but now I think when we hire recently, I was just having a discussion with Muddy and with some other people as well in the company, that every future hire will have to be a system builder, because I think it's going to be so important for people who we hire to know how to build systems, because I don't think it's enough, especially if you hire, let's say, in a leadership position or like in a senior position. Maybe if you hire, I know, if we hire even like a mid-level digital PR executive, it's okay if they don't have system building knowledge. But if you hire in a leadership position who needs to shape the culture, the processes, they need to know how to communicate to a dev team, or how to even play around. Because even some people at the company, they had an idea and they didn't know how to put it in a paper, so they went to Claude and they coded a little solution to that, and then we took that code and passed it on to the dev team, and we implemented it within the dashboard. And she's done it like it was actually Maddie who's done it. She's done it in like in like 20 minutes. She's coded her own little, not the whole application, but she coded an interface in the way she would imagine should look like in our main software. Then she shared it with the dev team, and then it was implemented within the platform. So anyone in leadership must know how to do this and how to communicate it effectively to like the teams who actually implement it.
Yeah, that's amazing. I recently just like listened to Ethan from Graffiti agency, and he actually like basically said like that they invested even in AI department in their own agency because like not only coding but AI is getting so important nowadays for the flows and stuff like that. So I just wanted to add on that. It's amazing. I also like implemented in my own agency like a lot of automation processes for now, but I want to build my own agent working on that on the background that we will like actually streamline a lot of manual work. So I completely agree with you that at least leadership level should be familiar to execute some parts of that. Can you just like let us know regarding like AI? We mentioned that, and as I said, like we have all of this change, and I want to start from pretty topic that it's on the edge regarding links and digital PR. Clearly, we as professionals we know importance for LLMs, but can you let us know like your latest findings regarding like impact on being present on for geo or like anywhere that's like actually mentioning right now in the media that's super important besides
Yes,
SEO?
absolutely. So digital PR helps with ranking in AI answer engines in two ways. AI, like we know, ChatGPT searches on the old school Google or Bing to give answers to most of the questions that are being asked. So if you build great links to a website, that website will naturally rank higher for those fan out queries that ChatGPT and all the other AI engines are going to execute. It's increasing your chances to rank in ChatGPT exponentially if you also rank in organic search, in old school organic search. Old school organic search is never going away. It's the best algorithm by far to find the best results, the most relevant results. And that's why ChatGPT needs that. Their results would be so bad if they would not have access to SERP API, which by the way has been sued by Google, of course, but I don't think they will win. So ChatGPT needs the old school organic rankings to have the best results, which means it's not going away. Like traditional link building is not going away, and digital PR plays a major role there at that stage. It really it just amplifies the website and it's going to rank better. So that's one way. The other way is at the training level. When you mention about a brand, you say, let's say you say a bunk bed retailer, Bed Kingdom, revealed the sleepiest areas in the UK. And the phrase that mentions the brand says, what is this brand name? Oh, they are like a bunk bed retailer. They sell bunk beds. And when you do this over and over again in hundreds and hundreds of articles, news articles, at the training level, AI is reading those articles and it extracts the entities and it extracts, relevant phrases around the entities, and it will reinforce the narrative or like what that brand is. So these are the two main ways in which digital PR helps with with ranking in AI. Another way is again when, let's say, it's not like listicles. So we should not. I think listicles by far are the best way to shape the opinion, the opinion of the AI or like the narrative of what a brand is. Post 50 listicles on some good sites and you are absolutely dominant in your niche. It's silly how it works, but it works now. So that's the best way. But digital PR also helps. Let's say if you go on ChatGPT and say dirtiest lakes in America. We have a client who we've done a campaign and it was everywhere. And he says, according to lake.com, these are like the dirtiest, like the cleanest lakes in America, and it's everywhere. So anything that you search for around, and hopefully this is gonna still be relevant when people watch this half a year down the line. Our client is always being cited as a source of relevant information in that space. So that's also like a third way of in which you can also just show up when people are searching for information not exactly related to your brand or to your service, but you're going to be there in front of mind, like, hey, I've seen this brand somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely preach the same, and I think with Sara we had like numerous time like the topic like actually what is like geo and how geo is or actually answer search optimization, like how that affects like the traditional SEO. And I think when we like know the impact of links on traditional SEO, I can say that one of the biggest like common factors is actually link building. And thank you so much for that amazing breakdown. I wanted to, from business perspective, to ask you, like, is there like change in perspective how you're approaching to sales in the last 2 years, let's say, or if clients are like right now hard to get, let's say, from that perspective that maybe they don't understand the impacts of links in the way that you explain, or for you that's completely common conversation as before?
I think the conversation has not changed a lot.
I'm back. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. I found myself out. I was like kicked out or something.
It's going to. I think the conversation has not changed. I mean, it is changing. People are like, hey, everyone starts to think about AI rankings, and rightfully so. Everyone should think of, hey, I'm not even going to show up on an organic Google, because that's kind of probably going to be in a way displaced by AI searches. But again, if we think if we think about it, then organic search is still going to be there, because if you shift to AI search, AI is still going to Google things in the organic results. So the questions are shifting, but not as much as one would think. People who know links, who know how good links are and how powerful they are, they will still want to buy the service. And I think the other shift is all the information websites that used to make money from ads and affiliates, they're kind of fading out, unfortunately. But it's gonna be replaced. It's being replaced by other brands who say, hey, we need to rank in AI. So now companies, it's funny, people before AI hype, many companies were ignoring SEO, but those companies have heard that AI is a big thing, and now they suddenly need to show up somewhere, right? They need to rank. Before they didn't care about ranking on Google, but now they care about ranking in AI. So that's kind of almost like a new client base that comes into the marketplace, because they've heard from somebody that, hey, we don't just need PPC now, because we need AI rankings as well. So it's kind of balancing out the almost like the exit of the content-based websites.
Amazing. Yeah, I think I didn't have one prospect call in the last 4 months without like basically all prospect calls are like AI ranking and geo or answer search optimization. Yeah, and basically when I explained to them, actually like recently I just had a call with a prospect, and they said, yeah, we know that's like it's 70, maybe even more percent like traditional SEO. That was always like my biggest worry. Okay, how I can like explain that we still need to do like traditional foundations so that they can be present actually in LLMs too. So that's amazing breakdown. I really think that like maybe leadership of companies that right now want to be present there, they need to learn about traditional SEO too. But that's another story. I see that this is like booming space for someone who is like so efficient at coding as you are, and then with AI and automation and opportunities that those LMs gave to us. So I saw that you have like few juicy tools, but like the last one is actually amazing, that following actually prompts, and it's actually a search visibility tool. So can you let us know something more about it, as I want to also find out more, and it's amazing on the first sight.
It's a crazy technology that we built, and I'm not even sure we are gonna make like big money with it, because because we have used like the most expensive models to process information. And we are now trying to figure out with the team, how do we make profits with this? Because it's just so expensive to have quality data in the industry. So you could use cheap models, but then the quality of the data is going to be not good, and you will not make money. I mean, you will not have a great client experience, or it's going to be just basic. Well, we wanted to build something that's really, really powerful. So, and we've been building this technology for, I could say, probably for the past 1 year, because last year we started building some other tools as well, and all the learnings, so the Olivia Brown, the journal.com, all the learnings that we had, and of course from our enterprise level software that we built in the past 4 years, we took all the knowledge and now we compressed it into this specific tool. So what it does is you add your domain, and the tool is going to scrape your website. It's going to try to find keywords on Google from different sources. It's going to scrape hundreds of pages, and it's going to identify your brand, exactly what it is, and then it's going to make up five main topics, and then I think 10 other extra topics, and it's going to, based on like your niche and your website, and it's very, very specific in the way it's setting it up. So automatically it's setting up the topics, it will automatically set up really good prompts that you can follow. I'm not sure whether maybe some of you and many of you have used some AI visibility tracking tools. Setting up the prompts is like, I just don't want to do it. Like I don't want to do that. And we really cracked it with this system that we have built. It's generating better prompts than what probably 99% of the people would ever generate. So it's doing it automatically. It's generating a few hundred prompts that it's going to start watching, and then it extracts, as you know, as every tool, it extracts the brand names. It analyzes how high they are being recommended, and it also analyzes the sentiment, or like how positively they are being mentioned, and so on. And then it scrapes all of those citations and sources where all of the other, which have been pulled in, from different sources, and we'll have like the most comprehensive. I think we have probably the most comprehensive data set in the industry for any given brand. So if you add a brand, it will know everything about the top competitors, and it will have tens of thousands of pages that we have scraped and we pulled in. And then it also gives you recommendations of link building. It's going to analyze which ones are the quick wins. It's going to eliminate the competitor. So if, let's say, there's a listing on a competitor website, and it's going to identify that, it's not going to tell you, hey, go and build a link on your competitor website, because it knows nobody's going to link back to you. And it also creates content based on how snippets are being mentioned in AI, and what words and what phrases and what entities are being mentioned by the response. It's going to create you like a 5,000 words brief. I've shown it to some SEO people, and they were like, this is crazy. And it was so accurate and so good. It even analyzes your internal pages, all your pages on the website. It scrapes everything. It knows all your content, and it's going to recommend internal linking in the brief. So when you pass it on to a content writer, and then they will know exactly, even the anchor text, how to interlink in the brief. And then you can, if you want to, you can add some extra expert quotes into that brief via a little system, and you can generate even an article, which will take about 30 minutes to generate for the system. And we posted quite a few of them on even some client websites. I couldn't believe how well it works. I just couldn't believe. And it's not just, outward, anything that's, if it's a listicle, Google and the AI doesn't care if it's like an AI written piece, if it's really good quality. So if you just say to ChatGPT, hey, go and write something about this topic, it's not going to work. But if you scrape, 15,000 pages in the industry and extract everything and collect massive amounts of data and research, and you use, your knowledge as well, your knowledge base, and you write it in that way, it just works. It's just incredible how it works.
Okay, that's great. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I have a tendency to interrupt people.
So. No. Sorry, I think I gave the false impression of like with the post, but I think that's kind of how that's the overview of the functionalities. But there's so many things there.
it looks like a very awesome tool, just to be clear. And I like what you said in the end, if I understood it correctly, like it's your input plus what the tool does,
Yes.
right? It does still need a human person, like a
100%.
person, right? So in your opinion, we shouldn't, we shouldn't rely 100% on any
No.
tool, even
No.
if we created it, right?
Like this client who posted this article, now they rank in Perplexity, ChatGPT, Google, they rank on top when you ask for their credit card types. They spent about 1 hour just to look over the article and then to add it to the website. They formatted it right. They added real pictures, like they added lots of things, and they put in like probably more than an hour for an article, which some copywriters write an article like for an hour, for an hour, and they actually spent a lot of time just to tweak it, just to make it, just to give it like that extra, really human touch. So I would never say just post raw kind of AI articles, but I would say more than ever, I think we should use AI to help us to be better.
Thank you so much for saying this, because I'm sure you've seen this a lot on LinkedIn, and I'm sure you also seen that, Nick. I let go of my entire team and replaced it. Like, what are you doing? What is this? Like, and when you, actually, I was going to ask you, does this tool make you feel you don't need, like, you want to maybe not hire people more, or like that was something on my mind actually to ask you, because it does sound like awesome. It does scale the work. You do more in very less time, but I'm happy that we have. Yeah, I feel like you want to say something.
So, every tool is built to be more efficient. Like it's like spreadsheets. If you have a spreadsheet, you want a good human to use a spreadsheet.
Yes.
When the spreadsheets came in, they didn't replace people. They actually made more people needed, more good people needed. So I think these AI tools, that's how they should be used. And I can see long term, that's how they are going to be used. There's going to be way more demand for the service because of the amplification power of the AI. The better tools you have, the more efficient you can be as a company, and the more demand you will have for that service. Therefore, the more people you will need to manage and operate those tools. And that's how. Can you imagine? So if we could, with AI, if our team, if a team member could, let's say they deliver 3 campaigns per month, right? If we gave them a so powerful AI, and we do implement AI, but it's not gonna like 10x their output. But what if that person with our AI tool could do 15 campaigns in a month, and we could deliver faster? Can you imagine? Everyone would just want fast and cheaper campaigns, so the demand for the campaigns would grow exponentially. Therefore, we'd have to hire even more people to use those tools. So that's what we want to achieve, right? We want to give them power, efficiency, so that we can create more demand for our service with faster execution, better execution, and cheaper execution. And then we have to grow the team because we have more demand.
Nice. Yeah, go ahead.
Sara, I wanted to just jump in, because Fery said one very powerful sentence when he explained how the process of building those tools actually is working. So my idea was, like you said, like we showed this tool to some of the SEO professionals, and you blow me away. Why? The point is that we shouldn't mention the name of the other tools for now, but the whole point is that that we actually tested, and we actually have experience of that. And Query, when you following up those investment news from Y Combinator and similar,
20 million, so on,
right? Yeah. Like basically everywhere is like, hey, like this prompt checking tool is amazing, whatever. And then like you have 2 guys that I don't underestimate here, that are amazing coders, amazing developers. They saw the hype on the market, as you said, like, and I'm glad, because like a lot of people getting jobs and stuff like that, because it's AI hype. SEO experts will like, our industry booming. We need to stay in level with demand because of new companies and stuff like that. But then they are missing the crucial element, like the ICP knowledge. So if the query, if they want to target clients, that's completely other side of the story. But if they want to target agencies, you need to have SEOs actually building tools for SEOs, and that's like my biggest pain point. I even talk with some of the founders, and they clearly don't understand the marketing perspective. So I just wanted to really like ask for your opinion on that. And once again, thank you for saying that, as I think that's the biggest current problem on the market. We see the new tools overnight like growing, but then we don't see the high quality ICP alignment from those tools. So do you have like the same feeling? What's going on? And like, do you think that actually what I'm telling here makes sense? And that's the biggest problem and downfall of a lot of new tools on the market.
Let me tell you what I can see is happening in the marketplace. And we had a chat with some other, really great people, even just 2 days ago, in the industry. You know them well, and there's an attack on the SEO professional and on the SEO industry. It's a VC fund. I mean, I know it sounds bad, and it sounds more bad, and I don't want to say like it's like an attack, it's evil. It's like there's like a subtle attack on the SEO industry and on the SEO individual, and that is being funded by venture capital who pays for the propaganda that SEO is dead. The venture capital millions are flowing into paying for ads and paying for a propaganda campaign, which is, maybe it's not even deliberate, but it is a propaganda campaign against the SEO industry, which says SEO is dead. You should use our tools to be like AI. AI optimization is the only thing that exists. Therefore, SEO is dead, and it's like millions going into ads and creating, messaging in the industry that SEO is dead. No, like. I think that's not the case. SEO is not that. So now SEOs, we have to kind of always like fight back and say, hey, leave us alone. Don't say that. Don't say that we are meaningless as SEOs, because we understand the market, and even ranking anywhere better than probably anyone else. As you said, somebody has seen hype, like, hey, let's hire 20 developers and build something. You or like anyone in the industry understands what's happening better than anyone else. But then there's like that propaganda, and yeah, of course, they are amazing tools. All of the tools, all of those tools are great. Like, I have respect for them, and I have respect for the businesses that they built. Amazing, right? Inspirational. But there's like, as us, I think the whole industry has to just acknowledge that there is a little bit of a propaganda happening, which is not like because somebody's evil, but that's kind of how they are marketing it. But that's how I see it, a propaganda campaign.
Yes, I agree, and I feel it's impacting. Okay, so SEOs are defending themselves, but the problem is with the clients and stakeholders. They get really, and people who are a bit on towards the top, not hands-on with marketing and the details of SEO. They get it like influenced a lot by this, and I'm sure you've come across some clients, very panicking out about, hey, SEO is gone, and is it like did you get clients to ask you, is digital PR still worth it, or that sort of thing? Like, did you get? I want to shift gears to discuss digital PR, so I'll segue from that.
Yeah. I mean, we have clients asking if digital PR is worth it even 5 years ago. So we always get the question, right? I think from what I've seen, because brand mentions are now important, right? People are actually asking, hey, I think they have a better conviction and a better understanding that digital PR is now more important. It's exactly because of this kind of narrative of like, hey, link building is dead, brand mentions are the new thing, which is not the case. But I think people use that as their knowledge to say, hey, digital PR is now more important than ever. And it could be. I'm somebody who sells digital PR, so I shouldn't say like, hey, digital PR is not the most important thing in the world now, because I think it's very important, but it's not quite as important as to other things not to be important, right?
But building a brand, I think this is the most, like, the best way to
Yep.
like protect
Exactly.
your business. Like, if you have a brand and people are looking for you specifically, you're safe. Over and over, we've seen websites, they lose the unbranded searches from Google. Google just pulls the plug on them, and then what carries them a bit is still the branded searches. And okay, speaking of brand mentions, do you consider unlinked brand mentions something to report on, or that is not part of how you operate?
So we report on the unlinked brand mentions, but we do not count them as part of the KPIs. Our KPIs have been and are always like links so far. Maybe we'll change that in the future, but so far it's links, because then we have double the value. We have the value of the organic rankings, and then we have the value of brand mentions, which is more and more becoming more and more important with AI search, right? So we report, we put them in the report. We say, hey, we got your mention in the New York Post or wherever. But if it's not linked, then we add it into a separate table, which is not a KPIs table.
Okay, I'll ask one last question, and then I'll pass the mic to Nick. I feel you have a question. Okay, so we're now saying that search is multi-platform. There's a lot, like you have YouTube, you have Reddit, and you have ChatGPT, and you have all these things. Do you think digital PR needs to adapt to this fact? Like, it's not about Google anymore, and obviously there are LLMs, but what about other, I'm not like a digital PR person, just to be very clear, but my question is there tactics or something you would do to try to get your brand established on other platforms, like, as I said, YouTube or Reddit, that may not have been traditionally something you've done in the past? Again, I have no idea about, I don't do digital PR.
So, as you said, I think it's part of brand building, right? The truth is, and again, it's contradicting what we do, because brand building, if you want to build brand, you should do digital PR. But the most powerful brand building is at this point is social media. And if you really want to build a brand and want people to search for a name, there's nothing better than social media. So digital PR is great for brand building, but it's a complementary, and it should not be probably the main brand building activity of any business. And I'm saying this because we depend on selling digital PR. Digital PR should be like a complementary brand building activity, and then social media, where you post really valuable, really good content, so you build an audience around you, and they Google you and they search for your name. That's the real brand building, by far the best one. And digital PR comes, as another channel of brand building, but it should not be the main. So I think brand building is the most important thing for AI search, and digital PR should be used, but it should not be confused with the most powerful brand building which is social media. But it's still, as I said earlier, the way digital PR helps is by helping you with organic search, and by helping with at the training level when AI is searching for who you are and where you are. I think there's a misconception in the industry that if you do PR, then AI is going to just love you directly because of you, because the sun mentioned you, and it's not the case. It's because the sun mentioned you and linked back to you, and it amplified your other organic presence. That's how digital PR is going to really, really help you indirectly with AI visibility. And I think there's a massive misconception in the industry, what I've seen, that people think that because the sun or the Daily Mail mentions you will immediately blow up on AI search. But you also have to have all the other SEO elements in place as well to rank high on Google when those links kick in. And then when AI will do the fan out and will search for Google for information, that's where you will really shine.
Amazing. I have just two conclusions to make from this, and then to ask you maybe one of the last questions. So my conclusion is query, and I know that maybe someone gonna comment that we always bring people that actually agree with our concepts of SEO. But I really think, and I truly believe, this is the only concept that should be preached. So a lot of clients actually ask me similar things regarding the geo, and I always said I never did SEO as a single channel. I always did omni-channel marketing. So the whole point is that you need to have established different channels there. SEO should amplify that, and similar is for digital PR that you said. So it's amazing, but I really think misconception, that's other conclusion that follows that is that I think black hat methods that actually working in, let's call it black hat, that's working for geo currently is actually what you said, listicles. And I really think that not even digital PR, I really think that a lot of people relate listicles with direct impact for geo. Yeah. And that's the other conclusion that it's actually natural because I more and more hear that, hey, just do the listicles. Then we have booming Reddit marketing. Okay, just do Reddit marketing. Okay, and then I ask, can you give me your full concept of what is Reddit marketing? They don't even know. We're gonna buy some accounts. Okay, but that's not how Reddit works. You're gonna get banned on the domain level, on the brand level. So you're gonna get in danger potentially your client. So it's so bad, on that way of the story. And then I'm completely up for that omni-channel should be preached. I completely agree with you that social is one way. Maybe I have only one question, sub-question there before this final one. What do you think about misconceptions regarding social media? I know Rise at 7 and Carrie, I also listened to her, and we had some brief chat almost 2 years ago in Dubai regarding this. But the whole point is, do you think that different brands, and clearly we work with SaaS companies and other niches, they think that social media is not for them, maybe because of TikTok or Instagram? I'm not sure if there is big problem with decision makers that they invest in social media as valuable channel, and it's super important. So what's your opinion on that?
I think any brand should treat social media as their main, and I'm not selling, and we don't have social media service. We sell digital PR. Any brand should focus on their social media as their main brand building channel. Look at Ahrefs. Ahrefs is like the best example. They dominate the space because they have cracked, YouTube first of all, but also LinkedIn, and many of the team members really post quality information on LinkedIn and everywhere. So and that's just one example, but that is people should not ignore social media. I think if I were to start ever any new company, probably PPC, of course, but that's not brand building. That's but for brand building, social media is the holy grail. It's like nothing else.
Okay, that's a completely awesome point. What I wanted to say about that, and I really think that people should consider omni-channel presence, especially if they want to be present on AI.
Yeah.
Nowadays more than ever, I feel and I think also that nowadays more than ever, a brand is important. And also I just want to debunk the myth that right now for LMs, I guess we have idea that no follow links also work. So It's just important that you have the link. And Fery, once again, we are coming to the end of this amazing episode. So we have this by this point tradition to ask about the future. So I want to combine this question in two. First, what do you think about the future? And you already said that SEO will stay here, and I completely agree with you. But what do you think about the future of our profession, about AI and how big impacts AI can have? And query, if you can give us a few points, what your primary focus right now and for the future, as we want to end with those personal conclusions in the end.
I think the future is scary, but it can also be exciting. I'm scared of the future because we don't. I'm working directly with building AI, advanced AI systems, and I know how powerful it is now. But what will it be in 2 years' time? We don't know, and nobody knows. So just a year ago, AI was, laughable. I would not have written even content with AI. And 1 year in, it's becoming better and better. And what's going to happen in 2 years? So I think the future is very scary, and I'm scared of the future. But I'm also looking at the full half of the glass, and it can be exciting, but we would not know. So I would prefer to almost like push aside the scary emotions and the scary kind of feelings that I have, and just say I'm just going to get excited by it. So I'm going to learn as much as I can about AI systems, about building with AI, about coding systems, and building solutions with AI. Because if I'm excited and not scared, then I'm going to be building better systems. And I think that's what everyone should do. Even my daughters, I got them to code games and build games with Claude Code. And they were literally prompting in the terminal, "Hey, build, add a little block there, another block," and the game engine was coding there. So I think everyone should learn to build with AI, and not dismiss it because it's not something that we can just say, "Oh, no, it's just hype." It's not like that anymore. And the future of the profession, I think that the systems will be so advanced that they will do, especially the analysis part, way better than any human in 2 years' time. And I know this sounds like, oh my God, how can you say that? I think in terms of analysis, AI will be so powerful. It will be so powerful in 2 years' time that humans are not going to be able to compete with analyzing data, from pulling it from Ahrefs, Search Console, analytics, scraping 500,000 page, every single page in your industry, in your, among all the websites on the planet that rank well in your industry, in every country, and it's going to find the best, the best information of like why they rank and how you can replicate it. It's going to be, humanly, it's not going to be doable, but the AI will be able to pull that together and give you a really good report. So from that perspective, I think AI will take over. But from a strategy and common sense perspective, you will need like the very good SEOs who understand, hey, am I going to choose this strategy that AI, or this data, and then what do I do with all the data sets? So I think strategists and SEO strategists who will lead with AI, who will lead the strategy with AI, they will be, I think, more needed than ever.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And once again, that would be it for this episode. Please, we need to do this outro. Like, comment, and share as we want to say that. So yeah, thank you very once again for being.
Thank you very much. I appreciate being here. All the best.
Thanks, Fery. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Bye.
Just to